We'll roll. It says it's live.
Screen ain't doing shit.
YouTube's not doing shit. Is YouTube working?
Mm-hmm.
It's not working. Why is it not working?
There we go. Now it came up. Watch live. Ooh.
Does it?
There it goes. I see us. We must be live.
Oh, it's okay, cool. We're live. So guess we can just get right to this.
Start that spiel, buddy.
All right. What's up, and welcome to the Game Tennis Podcast, the failed adventures of two gamers and their quest for Gamecast stardom.
AKA worthlessly lazy, but so game crazy.
This is episode what? Episode 100.
Triple digits.
Triple digits. 100.
Hundo.
So I guess I should start off this podcast by apologizing to everybody. I'm sorry for 100 episodes.
Yeah. Well,
of this shit show.
They've had to listen to you on all of them, but they haven't had to listen to me on all of them. So there's a plus.
Plus? Is it a plus or a minus?
It's
Yeah, so episode 100. I don't know.
Good. It's been great. We're going to go out with a bang. Just kidding.
We're going to go out with a bang? I had no idea how to start this podcast. So we're just going to roll with it. We're going to save, I guess, some episode reflections or podcast reflections to a little bit later. But let's see who we got. The old ass retro gamers here. Jesse's here. My friend Jesse. It's Rocket Sauce.
Our friend Jesse, man.
Our friend Jesse, yes. So Jess says, Justin posted a Weird Al video and said it would be the greatest thing I saw today. So you guys have some big shoes to fill.
I don't know if I can follow Weird Al, man.
Yeah, we're screwed. Thanks, Justin.
Oh, just kneecapped us right off the bat.
Well, I mean, it's just downhill from here, so I guess we'll just get right into it. Is
this the podcast version of Over the Hill now? Once you do a hundo, it's all downhill.
It's all downhill from the get-go, buddy.
Yeah, well.
So we got some stuff to talk about.
We do.
What are we talking about?
Some rando news. Some turbulence for a game I've been looking forward to. I haven't gotten to play the first one because I don't PC game, but yeah, we'll talk about that. And we got some spiritual successors and some add-ons to some cool games that are currently out.
Nice.
To fill you with suspense. I'm coming to you live from fucking Toys R Us right now.
And I kind of am. I got a lot of video games behind me.
Yeah. Mine are across the way. I'm looking at. I can see them right now. I had to build a new shelf just for Death Stranding. Some huge ass bullshit.
Yes, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just check some comments real quick. Frantic showed up. It says, "Sup, congrats on 100." Thank you kindly.
The game deflators say, talk about how Jason has to fight off all the ladies from getting their hands on those Transformers. The ladies love Transformers, man. Big bots. Who doesn't love them? I know my wife does anyway, so that's why I don't have any hammer indents anywhere near here. So for buying all this shit.
So I think as a great podcast tradition, we're coming into this unprepared apparently because Jason forgot to mention what his retro game highlight was going to be.
Hey, I already know what it's going to be.
Oh, snap.
I'm prepared. Come on. I prepared 2 minutes before we went live. Like a professional. Yeah. Well, what did you go with last week?
So last time we talked about Fatal Fury 2, fantastic, classic fighting game. hopefully everybody played.
Hope
There's a lot of love for Street Fighter. Where's the love for Fatal Fury?
Yeah.
Come on, people.
Everyone loves that shit.
What you got for us this time?
Well, I'm going to go with a game I recently beat. So it's a little bit of a spoiler for later, but Shadow of the Ninja.
Heck yeah.
An excellent ninja platformer on the NES. As I said in my tweet when I beat it, it's my favorite ninja game that doesn't involve turtles on the NES. It's just excellent in every way. I recently beat it, and I played it before, but I didn't realize how close I got into the end. Just kind of casually playing it, and then when I decided to go for it, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have just turned it off last time I was playing it, because I was like on like the second last level. Yeah, platforming is spotless, and the just all the hit detection isn't garbage on it, so it's got a lot going for it, and that's a lot. It's a lot to ask sometimes when it comes to NES games. So
I thought I had played Shadow of the Ninja, but apparently I have not, and it looks sweet. I was thinking of Wrath of the Ninja.
Oh, Black Manta.
Yeah, there you go. See,
that's a pretty good one. I like that one, but not as much as I love Shadow of the Ninja. Mine's got some cool nostalgia on it. It's got a video update sticker on it from MDC last year that I didn't want to remove. I was like, you know what, you can stay. So
that's cool.
Happy to have that. Yeah. So yeah, if you haven't checked this game out, do so immediately. If you like ninja action, if you don't, steer clear, because there's a lot of it.
I hope everybody likes ninjas, because ninjas are sick.
You don't want to say if you don't like ninjas, because there could be a ninja right behind you. So just keep smiling out about ninjas. Ninjas pretty cool.
Looks like we got a few more comments.
Sweet. My wife confirming that ladies do love the big bad bots. So there you go.
There you go.
Boom.
Chris, the Old Dash Retro Gamer, Jason also has a tendency to forget to play his backlog of roulette games.
Yeah, well, I did one time. But to date, maybe not in time for the next episode, but I have beaten all of mine.
Well, so you just confirmed it.
Yeah. I confirmed that I forgot Astro Boy. I done goofed. And then realized right as we were going to record the episode after I got Astro Boy that, oh, I didn't even take it off my shelf. So I made up for it. I beat the other Astro Boy game for the PS2. So, and it was like a punishment, but it wasn't much of a punishment because I liked both of them. So
it worked out in the end. Then we got a comment from Matt Wheaton, and he says, been meaning to ask Church this since he's quite the anime fan. What would be your top 3 favorite anime of all time? So you can get in on this too. Top 3 animes. I guess I'm kind of basic on this one. It's nothing too overly unique, but Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind is my all-time favorite anime. Mainly, largely because I grew up on Warriors of the Wind, which I think my dad got a copy of that in like 1985, and I watched that religiously as a kid.
Well, Nausicaa is the Bossica. So.
Yes. Yes, it is. So Nausicaa, then Death Note. Absolutely love Death Note. I would say it's like the Breaking Bad of anime, but Death Note came out first, so Breaking Bad's like the Death Note of
live action.
Yeah, something. And third favorite. That's a tough one because there's a lot, but I think, like I said, I'll go basic and I'll say Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Ooh,
probably.
Well, we're friends, so that's the first series of anime that I watched in its entirety. That wasn't, Transformers. Like Transformers a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd have to go with Evangelion as one of mine too.
Oh, hell yeah. And just real quick shout out because we're getting some other comments. Matt Wheaton says mine would be Akira, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, and Bubblegum Crisis. And Game Deflators nailed a couple of them there. DBZ, Evangelion, and always, I think it's terribly underrated and never gets the attention it deserves, Last Exile. That would be also one of my favorites, but didn't make the cut. I do want to shout out Record of Lodoss War too, and Iria Zerum the animation.
Yeah.
So, how about you?
I'm gonna have to go with 2 years for sure. As far as new stuff, I don't know. I've got I'm kind of late to the anime. Besides, stuff you'd expect. Like I love the original Dragon Ball, but I don't give a shit about Dragon Ball Z. I just can't.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. But I watched a shit ton of Sailor Moon when I was a kid as a result of my sister being into it. But now
Sailor Moon is the shit, man.
It's also my wife's all-time favorite. So
hell yeah, it's good stuff.
We still watch it. My daughters love it. So that. As far as newer stuff, I don't know. Like I don't watch a whole lot, but I do like. There's even ones I got to catch up on besides Lodoss War. We're like in the middle of that right now. Evangelion I watched. It was like the first thing my wife and I watched together when we started going out. And she's like, you like this? You'll like it.
Do you like being horribly depressed? Let's watch this together.
Yeah. She's like, we're having a good time. Let's just bum ourselves out.
I will say, if anybody's listening that hasn't watched Evangelion, watch the series, and then definitely watch End of Evangelion, the movie, because it's a really good end cap. There's like the last 2 episodes, of course, famously low budget, so it's all weird and interpretive.
Reused the animations a lot.
But it's like the best explanation that I've seen people say is that's kind of like the like mental state. It's a look at like the mental state of Shinji in particular, and then End of Evangelion is like what actually happened at the end, and it's quality stuff, man.
Yeah, man.
Was that 3? No, that wasn't 3, was it?
No, I like Attack on Titan a lot too. I haven't watched all of it, but I've been liking that. Yeah, I got to make more time to actually watch things because when it's an anime, it's basically a sure thing that my wife will want to watch it too. So we watch things together. But also, we have 4 kids and are both extremely busy. So we'll be on like the 4th episode or something for 2 months before I'm like, okay, let's watch this now. So yeah, I guess I'll just go with those. I don't know. We like the Ghiblis a lot, but
yeah, that's good stuff. And then I'll give a shout out to Chris Odash Retro Gamer says his favorites would be Ninja Scroll, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and Ghost in the Shell. And then your wife says Perfect Blue is amazing for a full-length movie. Perfect Blue is definitely amazing. Yeah. What else do we got?
Game Deflators asks Canadian bacon or real bacon, and I'm gonna go regular bacon because Canadian bacon is like saltier ham. So
I thought it was just ham. Like what is the difference between ham and Canadian bacon?
It's like back bacon. It's cut from the back, and it's like discs. Yeah, it sucks. I've never cared for it anytime I've had it. So I've just betrayed my country or whatever, but I love regular bacon. Thick ass regular bacon for me. What about you, sir?
Regular bacon.
Yeah, it's not ham.
Bacon.
Ham is better than this.
Oh, shout out Nerd Strategy is here as well. And he said, as he said, Princess Mononoke, Gundam Wing, and Big O. Classic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always up for trying ones out, and then I even if I like one, I only get a couple episodes in or something like that. Like, I tried they got a lot that are video game related. Like I started Sword Art Online and stuff, and I thought it was pretty cool. Didn't get very far in it, but it seemed like a kind of cool idea being trapped in a game. And if you die, you die for real, like Nightmare on Elm Street.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got another good question. Let's run with it.
What's his favorite game OST?
You start it. You go.
My favorite. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of just any of the Castlevania games. Anytime there's a Castlevania game, I'm probably rocking the soundtrack for days after I play it. And that's like the first thing when I started downloading game music was Castlevania games. So I'm gonna go. I'll go with my favorite. I'll go with Bloodlines. It's got good original songs. It's got good remix songs. Symphony of the Night is obviously another good one. They've all got their classic songs, but a lot of them only have like new songs for like the first few levels, and then it's just remixes of ones from the old games. And they thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Sure. I struggle with this because it's like the games themselves. I can never decide if I prefer Final Fantasy VI or Chrono Trigger, and same with their soundtracks. But right now I'm feeling like Final Fantasy VI is going to be the soundtrack because it's so epic in scale, especially for what it was at the time.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's really hard to on the spot things. It's just how you feel in the moment. It's like when you're your favorite band, you're like, what's your favorite album by them? And you're like, probably the one I'm listening to at the moment whenever you ask me that question, because it can be like, it can change. Just like that Facebook thing the other day that I don't really take part in those kind of shits, but there's like a ask me top 5 anything, and most of them were just to screw with me things. But I was just like, well, if it was game related, I was like, well, it's subject to change without warning, because it would be probably a different list every time someone asks me. I can get like the top 1 or 2, but 3, 4, 5 are like a revolving door.
We got some follow-ups on that. Jesse asks, do you guys have a record player, have any OSTs on vinyl? And I do not have a record player, but I do have OSTs on vinyl. I have Undertale, Hotline Miami. Is it Hotline Miami 1 and 2 on vinyl?
I don't know. You're the one who got them. Don't ask
I
me.
can't remember. I think it's just it's Hotline Miami and vinyl, and then also Shovel Knight. I got more for collector's pieces, not to. It's funny, not to actually listen to. I mean,
it's like action figures. Just set them up and look at them.
Look at them.
Don't ever take them out of the box.
Yeah,
I've only got 2 vinyls in my entire house, and that's Dio, Holy Diver, that someone just gave me because they're like, I figured you'd appreciate this.
Hey, you like metal?
Right. And they were right.
Yeah.
I love some Dio. And the vinyl that comes with the BioShock 2 Collector's Edition. That's it. It was an accident. Just fell. I caught it, and then this is mine now.
That works.
I got it in a collection I bought off my friend a couple of years ago. But that's it. I wouldn't even get them as a collector piece because I don't have any wall space to display like that. Like anywhere there's a wall space, it looks like this, where it's just figures or something like along the lines of that. Anywhere that I have spare space that isn't for the kids or pictures of the kids or whatever.
That works.
I mean, they're cool, but unless I'm actually going to use them, I'm not going to collect them.
We got some others answers. Chris, he said that ActRaiser was his favorite. Not surprised.
It's weird he likes the music because I heard he hates the game.
Yeah, right? Awful game. No, just joking. Game Fighters, John says Chrono Cross. And then Jesse said that he wanted to get Streets of Rage 2 OST on vinyl, but missed out. And then Matt Wheaton says, favorite game soundtrack, no brainer, Xenogears. Fantastic soundtrack, I will say.
Sweet. Yeah.
That was one of the first that I downloaded when I had Napster. I still have the original files that I downloaded back in from like 2000 or 2001 or something.
Those 16 and 32-bit series, there's so many good ones in there. Oh, we got Power Metal Gamers here. What's up,
what's
man?
up? So I think we can jump into some little news topics here before we start doing some more.
You know what? I dare you.
Everybody gets
try
to
it. Try it out.
Just little things. I think some cool stuff. I think it was last episode I talked about. Was it last episode I talked about the Momodora series in Minoria? Or is that 2 episodes ago?
2 episodes ago, I believe.
Whatever. So I was kind of like hoping Minoria would come to consoles so more people could play that, because that is like top 10 Metroidvanias for me.
Here's what you said.
Maybe top 5. And turns out, just got announced, Minoria is coming to consoles September 10th.
God damn your influencer power. Holy shit. I didn't even know you were an influencer until just now.
I had asked them to, like, right about the same time we did, I think right after we did the podcast, and Ardine said that, yeah, they've been working on it, and they've been asked that question like a million times, of course.
Cyberdyne's been working on it? I'm dipped out. I'm out of that shit. Is that what you said?
Ardine or Ardine.
Okay. As long as it's not Cyberdyne, we're good.
So hopefully that means we get the inevitable limited run release, because I would love to have a physical copy of that game.
Or just a regular physical release that you could buy in a store would be great too.
True, that would be better, because more people could buy it. And
yeah, speaking of which, I'm so excited to see that my copy that I paid $20 more for from limited run is shipped out now that my other copy's already arrived for the other system.
What's that?
My Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, we're shipping out your physical. I'm like, yay, it came out 2 weeks ago, like, for everybody else. So I'm glad I double dipped. I got it on Xbox and PS4 because Streets of Rage,
why not?
At least that one comes with a soundtrack and all that. But.
Yeah. Insert GIF of the little girl. It's like, why not both?
Yeah,
yay!
Exactly. Yeah, crowd surf.
Then we got some.
Ooh, got some love for the shirt.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. This has been in many pits at metal shows, as you can tell by it being gently faded. This was like my concert shirt for quite a few years, and after I had a Hellraiser shirt, I had to retire.
It happens. It happens. Got a checking in from Wreck-It Rens.
What up, buddy?
What's up? Yeah, then we got some, I don't know, interesting news, potentially concerning. I'm not sure the context behind the situation. You actually sent me the info before I even knew it was a thing. And what is it?
Yeah, so Bloodlines, Vampire Bloodlines 2 is, I heard a little about 2 weeks ago about it being postponed, delayed, like every other game that was supposed to come out this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's being pushed to next year. And we always feel, yeah, if it's just taking longer to make the game better, that's good. But now we're finding out that the lead writer and director have both been canned. So it's going to be a while. It's probably going to be a while.
I don't know.
Wow.
The writer was the same writer, or director from the writer and director from the original, I believe.
Well, that's ass.
Or the writer, definitely. The same writer from the original. So.
Well, he must have been a wronger this time, because
I don't know. Yeah, and I tried looking up to see what people were saying, and I wasn't finding much. Mostly people mentioning like really dumb things.
Yeah.
They're talking about like social politics, and I was like, what does that have to do with anything?
Don't dip your politics in my games.
Well, the truth be told, the vampire games are very political, and that's fine, but don't make people make a stink out about silly things. But yeah, so hoping for the best. It makes me concerned. I mean, losing the lead writer and director, especially when I have the collector's edition on pre-order, it's like, is this going to be a good game now, or
it's going to be ass? Are they going to have to?
Is it going to be better?
Are they going to have to get the fans to patch it like the original one? Make
Yeah,
it
something.
better.
Right?
Should I get it on PC?
Yeah, they're par for the course, I guess.
Yeah.
I did pre-order the PC version, so maybe I can wait 10 years and the fellow PC gamers will fix the game, just like you said.
Yeah. I'm loving the Lucio Fulci talk in the chat. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love when ladies randomly barf up their own intestines? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his films. I got to get to more of them, but I just ordered the complete comic adaptation of The Beyond a couple weeks ago, so I'm excited to get that.
I need to watch that.
You do?
I really do. Let me put it like at the top of my list, my watch list.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
You should see it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's one of the first when I got into like more obscure horror movies. It was one of the first ones I checked out, and I was just in love immediately. Got me my little feelies. Also, City of the Living Dead is pretty good too.
And we can use that. You just set us up for
sure
the
did.
Perfect transition. Perfect segue. Thank you, sir. Speaking of zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies Ate My Neighbor's spiritual successor. What?
Yeah.
Demons Ate My Neighbors.
Oh shit. Call up Doom guy. Make short work of that shit. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I love my Zombies Ate My Neighbors and games of similar ilk. So here's hoping this is cool. Not a whole lot of information on it so far, but apparently it's supposed to be out early next year. It's just a mention, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be maybe more of like a twin stick shooter because they say 360-degree twin stick co-op roguelike action adventure.
I mean, that's the only way to do that type of game these days if you're not doing twin sticks. Worked on the Super Nintendo and the Genesis, but it could have been even cooler with sticks, but they didn't even exist. Thank you, PS1 and N64.
Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. Hopefully that turns out good. Getting a lot of Chris asks, is Demons Ate My Neighbor on Kickstarter? And not that I know of.
I don't think so.
Not right now.
No, maybe they'll put it up there once they get more into it. Maybe they just kind of announced that they're working on it. And then
it is on Kickstarter. PMG said, or Pomerello Gamer says it is. So let me check. I'm just gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah, do it.
Let's see where we're at on the Kickstarter.
Buy it.
I don't see the Kickstarter.
You've been blocked.
Because I backed too many games.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this must be a stolen credit card.
No, it goes on Kickstarter September 1st. It's funny because the top result that comes up in the search is from twobeardgaming.com, and in the text, not the title, it says they're launching their long-awaited Kickstarter on Spept. I can't even say it. Speptember. They spelled it wrong. SPET instead of SEP.
Oh, right there, Captain Grammar.
Whatever.
All right. Well, I agree with Chris, and he says boner time. Yeah.
There you go.
September 1st is boner time.
And then speaking of surprises, Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
Out of nowhere, like a friggin' RKO.
Yeah, multiplayer mode for Ghost of Tsushima that I'm not entirely clear on what it is.
It's multiplayer for Ghost of Tsushima. Do you read it at all, or what? Come on.
That's all you need. That's all I needed to know. It looks like you're going to like an alternate reality or something because everything's all dark and like neon colored, like demons and
maybe like that Demon Nightmare when you grab that longbow.
Yeah, something.
I'd be down with that. Something kind of like what was that game? Sleeping Dogs, where like the whole add-on on there was like everything was zombies and demons and everything was possessed.
Red Dead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It didn't seem, well, the impression that I was getting, it wasn't like necessarily story based. It looks like it might be like objectives or hordes, or I'm not sure. I'll definitely be interested in checking it out.
I think it's free too, so more Tsushima is only a good thing.
Thanks, John. Game Deflator says have to head out to dinner. Congrats on episode 100.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and Power Metal Gamer also says the update's free. So
I said it was a free update, so it's, as I said, I'll take it for free. Absolutely.
Yes, totally.
Who's going for supper? I didn't see that one.
Game Deflators.
Oh,
John.
See you later, buddy.
And Matt says, "Ooh, fighting demons as samurai sold." Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, just be sold on just Ghost of Tsushima straight up, because that game is
it's everything I wanted it to be. We'll more on that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about, because I didn't really talk much about it last time because I was
waiting for me to get my mail. And guess what? I got it.
You got it.
All of it.
All of it. Yeah.
All of it. Not just the games. I got the Predator. I got the John Matrix. Oh.
And for anybody listening in the future, he's actually showing you these awesome items that he has.
Yes, I got just as many action figures as I did video games, and it was there's going to be a pickup video coming up. It's going to be called COVID Christmas. So it's
topical, great. Very topical.
Chris, why? Chris, get that Tsushima.
Yeah.
Says he doesn't have it yet.
Come on. Before you buy another game, you should buy Tsushima and then play it, because
PMG is also repping the NECA Commando. Gotta love it. I'm going a little ham on those. I realized I didn't, as big of a Terminator fan as I am, I didn't own any T1 Terminators. So now I've got the Tech Noir one coming here, and I am obsessed with finding the police station assault version for not 130 American. Would be great. I found Matrix for quite a lot less than he's going for on eBay, so nice. Keeping an eye on that. Yeah, I definitely want an Onimusha makeup remake that isn't, or a new one that isn't half-assed. Like I was saying on the episode after I beat it, it was fun, but it didn't seem like much was upgraded as far as I could tell. Especially when, like, I still guilty of not playing the original on the PS2 or the original Xbox. But does he shake like this when he's talking to somebody all the time? Because that really bugged me on the cut. Like, he was fine in the regular game, but whenever there was a cutscene, he'd be like, "Are you okay?" Or like, "Are you shaking? Are you trying to like kill him like shaking a baby or something?" Like, this is ridiculous. And it was really noticeable in a couple spots, but yeah, it was kind of a half-ass. It was just basically just sharpen it up a bit. I don't think they really improved too much more, but it was a great game regardless.
Yeah.
So,
we're joined by Media Glitch. Joel, what's up?
What up, Joel? Cool.
Nice.
Good turnout. I'm happy.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for hanging out. So it looks like, yeah, we didn't have a lot of news stuff going in this. I guess the only other thing I think I wanted to mention, just because I don't see people razzing them over it. This whole Epic Games Apple Store ordeal that they tried to basically like circumvent the Apple Store's like cut of like transactions, and regardless of all the other complaints that they have, Epic did say they tried to complain about Apple having a monopoly, basically. And this is coming from the company that's just dumping money on exclusivity. Like, it's Apple's platform. They're well within the right. And here we got some third-party company, doing third-party exclusivity. Like, it's like, come on. It was all premeditated, anyways. Like, they had that 1984 parody video and stuff like immediately. Like they were working on that shit for weeks. They knew what was coming. So
yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I agree with Nerd Strategy. We should live stream the podcast more often. I like doing video podcasts in general, but so it's up to this guy.
just
This guy.
crooked goatee
Yeah.
all the time.
My shaggy
That's gross.
parted one. I don't know. Whatever.
I should do that. Just grow along.
Just do it up. Everyone should do this. All dudes should do this. Not everyone.
It wasn't. I'm not discriminating. You know.
Orchard bro. I don't know. Just saying what I like. To each their own. Everyone do what they want.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I got with Chris. I gotta disappoint you. He doesn't come with a bad boy joke book or a sandwich, and he doesn't come with an alternate face where there's ice cream on it from his daughter smashing it in his face. But it doesn't even come with the log. That's my biggest disappointment. It doesn't come with the log. I have to get my own
Yeah.
separate order.
Oh, what's up, Retro Bro? It says happy 100th, fellas. Thank you very much.
What's up, man? Cool.
Yeah. So let's look at the community question from the last episode before we get into some more questions that people submitted.
Well, it wasn't a half-ass lazy one last time, was it? We actually put 30 seconds of thought into it. Hey, shut up. I tried.
Yeah.
I tried as much as I'm gonna try because I am worthlessly lazy. It's in the title card, man.
That is exactly why we added the second tagline to the intro.
Yeah, we almost replaced the original tagline.
And really, we did a test run. I think we did that for an episode, and then
I think you were gonna, and then you're like, I gotta keep it in there.
Okay,
it's been in there since the beginning, so I was like, all right, I ain't gonna buck tradition, but
mostly blame me. I'm pulling him down to my level.
He's too worthlessly lazy to change it up now.
Yes, yes,
it's great.
Yeah, so the community question from last episode, it was after we talked a little bit about the Microsoft Series X games, whatever.
Yeah.
In relation to the PlayStation 5 event, but it was what next gen games got you most hyped, or what games are you most looking forward to, or what game
would sell you on a new console day one.
Yeah. So we did get a few comments.
Good.
And
I like that.
Window is not scrolling. Here we go.
Dead tired.
So Black Metal Gamer says Resident Evil 8 and Demon Souls. Yeah. Absolutely. Both of those day ones.
Yeah.
I think I'm more excited for the Demon Souls remake though. Just because I'm so in love with the FromSoft.
So in love that you haven't played the version of Demon Souls that you've had for like a year and a half.
Right, exactly. But this will finally be my reason. Well, it's because the online functionality was nixed a while back.
Do it yourself.
I mean, I could, but
we're just joking. We're all friends here.
Catch me off guard on that one. I some people do call me out on that I always use co-op. Hey, if it wasn't a part of the game, I wouldn't use it. Mm-hmm. Why would I exclude myself from taking part of a valuable feature included in the game? I'd just be selling myself short.
Who knows, man?
Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, says, I can't wait for Tell Me Why. The game looks so good. That might have been separate, actually. I don't know if that's the game that she was most hyped about, but
Snacks.
Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks.
I'd be better if it was Bug Sax and just saxophone bugs. That'd be the best. You can't beat saxophone anything. It's the only thing that guitar solos.
Yeah, I think
that's all our answers. Cool. We're getting more answers in the chat.
Oh, hell.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Ratchet and Clank.
Retro Bro, yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Ratchet and Clank. Pretty much any exclusives for PS5. I agree. Like, I mean, just in general, the PS5 announcements were I mean, it's like my list was almost most of those games. I'll definitely be playing.
Yep. PMG says Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Spider-Man, and I gotta agree. I haven't given so much of a shit about a Assassin's Creed game coming out in years until they made it Nordic. So I'm on that. Excite.
Matt Wheaton says he's actually more excited for Resident Evil 8.
I'll agree with him. I'm definitely more. I'm more into
it. And then Media Glitch, do you need the online to play Demon Souls?
You do not. It's not required. Unless you're this guy. Just kidding.
I guess
a lot of people use it. I'm just. We're just poking fun.
Oh yeah. Well. Not necessarily launch. So PMG says Resident Evil 8 and Demon Souls aren't launch titles though, and it wasn't necessarily launch titles. It was just in general next gen that get you hyped.
What up, Artificial Raven?
Oh hey, what's up, bro? Artificial Raven here. OG. Let's Player before Let's Plays were a thing.
Hell yeah!
Shout out my bud. I've known him for over 20 years at this point.
How'd you do it? I'm just kidding.
No, it is one of my friends from way back, and yeah, he was doing Let's Plays before it was even a thing. He was doing the non-commentary, like long plays.
Yeah,
not like he's one of the OGs, man. Like he has a video with some like a few million views. The was it Sexy Proteus or no? It wasn't Sexy. It was one of the Proteus games. I forget which one. He's got some like
Sexy Proteus is the only one I've ever beaten. It was sexy. A lot of fun though. They're a lot of fun. I just don't have access to other ones. It's the only one that's on my arcade plug and play stick. So is it?
Yeah.
Ooh, what? There's a good. Matt's got a good question for us.
Okay, what you got?
Would you guys consider your personal games of this generation? His would be a tie between Remake 2, Electric Zombie Boogaloo, and Doom Eternal. Both excellent games. What you got, buddy?
That's like one of those like almost impossible to answer questions. There's so many games. There's so many games that for this gen that helped make the PlayStation 4 my favorite console of all time.
You're just gonna say Skyrim again, right?
No, I never did Skyrim. Skyrim was awesome.
Skyrim again.
Absolutely awesome game, but definitely not Skyrim. But it's sweet. I'm not taking that away. I don't know. When I think about the games that came out in like the last like 8 years,
beat it all right. Fuck Chris. God damn it.
No, yeah, right. Beat it, sexy. Beat it. Sexy Proteus.
Beat it to Sexy Proteus.
I don't know. There's many. I guess I just can't. I can't. I just can't pick one. I just can't.
Power Metal Gamer has basically just got my list right there. Ooh, it's got Remake 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Tsushima, God of War.
Yep.
I'll throw in Tales of Berseria, Spider-Man. Xbox had some games.
So I have to say like StarCraft 2 would technically be this generation. So the StarCraft 2 trilogy, Half-Life Alyx, Last of Us 2, Nier Automata, Undertale, Shovel Knight.
I left Nier off the table because I knew that was going to be one of yours. What else have we got? Yeah, definitely Doom Eternal.
I mean,
probably my favorite shooter of this gen.
Yes.
Resi 2 I loved so much more than 3, but 3 was alright too. Arkham Knight, yeah.
Arkham Knight was
Batman.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like that game like got a bad rap at the beginning.
I'm just saying PSVR is like the best thing this generation.
VR, yeah, definitely.
Like proper VR on consoles has just been
like Half-Life Alyx. Like, oh my god.
VR in general, yeah. The VR in the last few years has just made a huge leap, but like actually just being able to play VR that isn't complete garbage on a console has been amazing. Speaking of VR,
we got some other great shout outs. But what?
Speaking of VR, like I was thinking about the Virtual Boy the other day. And how did that game not have a Terminator? How was there not a Terminator game on the Virtual Boy? Because that's like how he sees and shit, man. It would have been so easy. I thought about it when I posted my question on about Terminator 1. Did it create the concept for first-person shooters? Because like I saw that and I was like, how is there not a Terminator game?
Well, we got Terminator on the NES. They're like that's enough.
It's never enough Terminator, man. You know how I roll.
Terminator 2.
More Terminator. More Terminator.
But some other, so we got some other like game shout outs. So PMG also said Sekiro, Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3, I definitely agree. Also Bloodborne.
Hellblade.
Old ass, yeah. Mini Glitch. No wait, Hellblade was Wreck-It Rens. Hellblade, yeah. Hellblade was amazing. Old ass retro gamer. Horizon, Spider-Man, God of War, Shovel Knight, Link's Awakening remake, Doom Eternal.
Absolutely. Panzer Paladin. I've been wanting to play that.
Yeah,
check it out.
That's one I'm kind of holding out for a physical.
Yeah, so many games. Just like I was talking to Black Metal Gamer the other day about how I really wanted that Mother Russia Bleeds, and I was waiting for it to come physical, and it sold out before I could even click on the link. So I was just like, no, I'll probably just buy it. I'm not that against digital that I'd rather not have it at all. That's just like going, oh, card only.
Right.
I'm not gonna own that game at all. Then I'm never gonna play it because I can't.
I think
play it or something. Like, I'd rather be able to play it at all than not play it.
Yeah, I think most of my justification for holding out now is just that I have such a backlog. But it is what it is. Jesse asked if I had played Half-Life Alyx. Do I have PC VR? Yes, I played Half-Life Alyx, and I do have PC VR. A friend essentially loaned me a system. We're still kind of like working out some compensation. He's like just kind of like, we'll figure it out someday. Like just think of it a long time loan. So yeah, I mean, part of my motivations for building my new PC was so I'd have hardware good enough so I could run Half-Life Alyx on Macs along with other things. And yeah, Half-Life Alyx is, I mean, I think it's the best available VR game there is. It's an amazing Half-Life game. So good.
Ooh, there's Terminator talk in the chat.
What do we got?
PMG brings up the game Terminator Dawn of Fate on PS2. It's also on the original Xbox. And yes, I do love that game. I need to revisit it because I was talking about it and I was talking pretty highly about it. I think it was on the Super Enabler Bros to Chris about how I really liked it, but I don't want to recommend it and then go and play it again and be like, oh, this hasn't held up. It's kind of trash. So I really want to revisit it and maybe play through it again because I really liked it when I first got it. So good to hear that someone else likes it. It makes me want to play it again even more. And Chris brings up Terminator 3: The Redemption. Absolutely, that game's on all cylinders. Awesome. Have you guys played Resistance yet? Anybody in the chat?
We should.
I know you haven't because you're like, man, fuck Terminator.
No, shut up. I haven't gotten to it yet. Joined SNES Mapper says, congrats for the 100 episodes. Thank you very much. And Nerd Strategy, I actually enjoyed the T2 game on the Genesis.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I do too, man. Everybody hates on that game just because LJN. It's tough, absolutely, but I dig it.
Yeah, I'm really wanting that Sega CD one, and Jesse's helping me out with that. We're kind of in the middle of a transaction. I'm just waiting for my Sega CD that I just got to get repaired so I can play any of these games, and the guy's kind of taking his time with it, but hoping it's friggin' soon because I want to get into the world of Sega CD collecting, hopefully.
Looks like you got to sell PMG on Resistance.
You do have to.
Chris says Resistance is way better than it has any right to be.
All right, on Fear Factory. Don't avoid it. It's one of those games where if you're a fan, it's like anything you've ever wanted in a Terminator game. Honestly, it's like if you're just playing it to play a first-person shooter, you're not gonna think it's the greatest game ever. But as far as the story and how it plays and how it feels and the music. It is excellent if you're a Terminator fan. It gets a huge recommend for me, and I'm the biggest Terminator fan I know, so loved it. I couldn't stop playing it until I got all the achievements too. And I'm looking at my I think Terminator on Sega CD is like the only Terminator game I don't own right now. I'm looking at the arcade cab right now too. So huge fan. So definitely check it out, please. And then let me know what you thought about it. I don't think you'll be disappointed, honestly. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So let's jump into some of the questions with episode 100 and just, just some general podcast reflections, I guess. Don't really touch on that.
The time of my life. Start talking. I'm just doing the background music.
So let's we'll start with a question. So we put out a Google form. So we got a few questions. Not as many as I hoped, but I appreciate everybody joining us in the chat and giving us some things to talk about. So that's
how we just sit here and kind of, there's a lot of just quiet pauses when we just talk unless we're doing the podcast. No, I'm just kidding. We always got shit to talk about when it's video games.
So Linda, aka the Gamer Girl here. What is a convention memory that stands out?
I don't know, meeting my bunch of my bros.
Yeah, that's life. Absolutely by far.
Meeting Chris for one, that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
All people I've seen online and talked to great length, and then actually get to meet them. Meeting Ernie Hudson, that shit was cool. We've stated I love Ghostbusters, so that was pretty cool. What about you?
Meeting friends, all the friends, Chris, a bunch of people at the Cartridge Club, Musty Hobbit, PK,
Saru,
going with road tripping with friends.
Yeah, sorry,
Justin, Brian.
Even the snowstorms. I would have taken it even with the snowstorm this year, but we don't have any. This year would have been the best ever for MGC, I believe. Like, it was shaping up to be the coolest. The most people we knew were going. John Red was going to make the trek even. So
yeah, the meetups that we've had, like outside of the convention at that Chris put together.
Yeah, the dinners with we were expecting 10 people and 30 people show up because we invited that many, but didn't expect anyone to come and sit down and watch me eat the most awful fucking poutine that has ever existed.
The restaurant hated us for it.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle it.
What if they fucked up my poutine because they thought I organized it? It's make it the worst. And now they're out of business and they deserved it because of that. Ouch, harsh, but it was yucky.
Other things, the
dinner party was going to be epic.
Panels. I mean, that's crazy to say that we have been returning guests on a panel. It's crazy to say we've been on a panel at a convention, period. And the fact that we've been able to do it multiple times is,
especially me, man, talking about how to grow your brand and get tons of subscribers, and it's still got under 300. It's hilarious. But I'm glad I was welcome. Anyway, it was cool you guys can include me. So excellent. Yeah. I like wearing my face cape. Last year was fun. My cape of faces for no reason. Got a bunch of questions about it.
Yeah, and I'll shout out was it 2017? Yeah, 2017 was the last year that they did it at the hotel setting. And those 2 nights, after the convention, when they left all the rooms open and people because they turned hotel rooms into kind of demo areas. There's a TurboGrafx room, Nintendo Age had a room, Ben Heck had a room, and all these rooms stayed open. And being a room, there's a connected bathroom, and in the connected bathroom there is a tub, and people filled the tubs with beer and alcohol, or beer and ice. And just let people come and hang out, and it was a lot of fun. So much fun.
We were even working on an alternative way to do that this year, but it didn't work out. I mean, it was really awesome last year, just like drinking a bunch of Crown and watching Key and Peele with you guys and playing Turtles in Time with Chris until he fell asleep.
Yeah,
those good times.
Yeah, I'm so I hope MGC happens next year. It sounds like things are shaping up. They were able to get the refunds and
yeah,
it's great.
I want to go to more conventions and stuff. I'm hoping it hasn't been canceled yet, but GalaxyCon Minneapolis hasn't been canceled this year, and
it has.
It has. It has.
Pretty sure. I thought it did.
They're still listing stuff. Nothing on site.
Nothing on site. Canceled. Let's see. I'll look it up real quick.
I hope not, because I was looking forward to meeting Optimus Prime and Megatron on my birthday with Peter Cullen and.
Yeah. Checking. I'm going to the website.
Obviously, like Transformers, I got ones picked out for them to freaking sign. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I guess it's not canceled yet.
Yeah, yet. So why did I draw attention to it? They're like, oh man, someone.
Oh, we forgot.
The coordinator is watching. Oh yeah, I'm meaning to do that. Shit. So yeah. Well, he's hoping that still works out.
Yeah.
Because last year was pretty awesome. Because as far as other conventions besides MGC, meeting Kevin Conroy, the Batman, as far as I'm concerned, was pretty cool. Getting my Gears of War Lancer signed by none other than Marcus Phoenix himself. So that was cool.
Well, you got not only you got to hope that they don't close it. You got to hope that they open the border up so you can cross. Although I thought it was the rest of the world that was keeping Americans out, so I don't see why you couldn't come over, because you're going to bring non-COVID. If we come to Canada, we're going to bring all of our COVID.
Yeah, I'll be bringing the cure. I'll say my wife is like the COVID-19 equivalent of Ellie, and I'm bringing her to Minneapolis to get the cure made. So we'll do a little Last of Us cosplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like meeting people that create the things I love at conventions too. So that's what was really cool about that. And we always we've met a bunch of Star Trek people and stuff. My wife and I are pretty big Next Generation fans. I like Star Trek in general pretty much, but Next Generation's my Patrick Stewart and stuff was pretty cool to meet. Marina Sirtis, who plays Counselor Troy, told my wife and I not to have any more kids after two, and she's like, "That's a lot. Don't have any more. You'll regret it." And then we had 4, so we didn't listen to her. It was pretty cool.
Right on. So then the next question we got was from Game Deflators, assuming John. Looking back at 100 episodes, what would you say is your favorite part of recording a podcast, e.g., time spent with your co-hosts, the friends you've made along the way, games you have tackled, etc.? And
I'm gonna let you go first on that one.
Yeah, so for me, it's definitely just being able to chat with my friends. And I probably wouldn't be doing this still if you didn't join, so I'm very glad you're here. I enjoy our time together.
Thanks for putting up with you even throughout my fucking technical difficulty bullshit.
But even shout out
bullshit.
Yeah. And then shout out to Justin, of course, who joined for a little bit there, and especially I don't give him enough credit, but Marshall, honestly, at the beginning, this originally was Marshall's idea, and he got me on board for doing a podcast, and we had a lot of fun. I think we really laid the foundation here. I still pay tribute to him by his continuing to include his intro. So you're listening to the Game Tennis Podcast is Marshall or Flynn 1.
Yeah, it's set in stone, and it'll always be there at the beginning. It's a perfect way to start it.
Besides that, all the guests, we had quite a few guests on. It was Southern Star Gamer. He changed his name to Throwback Gaming. Of course, then we had Musty Hobbit,
Chris multiple times.
Flynn got Robert Welkener from CoinOp TV on. That was someone he was really excited about, and that was neat to talk. At the time, like, I mean, still, like, we're pretty much nobodies, and here's a guy who had a pretty big channel, and he's pretty involved with, like, kind of like the nerd culture or whatnot. And then Chris joins us every year for our end of the year discussions. I mean, you originally started as a guest. I'm trying to ignore chat to get through this. We joined by Black Metal Gamer, Retro Bro, Smash JT,
John Riggs, Linda the Game Girl,
BioPhoenix, Back in the Day Gamer.
Hell yeah. Keep it retro.
Did we say Linda?
Yeah, I said Linda. Okay. We gotta get Power Metal Gamer on here now that we know that our times will link up. If you can be here for this, maybe we can have soon.
There we go.
Yeah, it's something we were talking about at one point, but we're like, I don't know if it might be like the middle of the night or something there. I'm not sure.
So and then I would say, like, lastly, kind of the other part is just this helps me keep involved, like, with just kind of like content creation or like YouTube and kind of gaming community and discussions.
Keeps me feeling semi-relevant on YouTube as well.
It's nice to have another outlet.
It's
to talk about games and
I like talk about games, and I don't want anyone thinking I don't like games, so that's why we stick around. That's why I'm doing as many podcasts. It's 4:01 a.m. there, so okay, maybe we'll have to have you on and start maybe a little bit earlier, unless 4:01 is a totally cool time for you.
Yeah.
I'm a night owl myself, so
but I would say lastly, then it's just the support and the camaraderie from people who have listened and leave comments and all of that. Like, greatly appreciate it. 100 episodes of the Game Tenets is well over 100 hours of people's lives that I have taken from them.
You fucking animal.
Probably more close to like 200 hours.
Oh yeah, especially for a while there, we were pretty consistently
2-hour episodes, 2.5-hour episodes. And
when we get a guest, we don't mind. We'll just keep going.
Yeah,
we can let the good times roll how they roll. Because we're having a good time talking, and there must be a decent conversation happening. So to cut it short would be a travesty. Sees it. But I know the stats are, a lot of people don't like listening to podcasts if it's over an hour, but tune in for an hour then. We're happy with that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, tune in, stick. I'm just happy anyone's sticking around listening to this at all.
Yeah.
Also, this is basically just be a Zoom meeting where I talk to my friend about games all the time. Yeah. So,
and that's that was kind of the really the backing original premise is, even if nobody listened, at least I could still talk to my friend about video games. So
so that's why I've always looked at it. Yeah, there's always good times when we're talking about video games. It's not like, ugh, all right, I guess I'll do this. Like, I'm talking about video games to people who don't care most of the time anyways. Like I said, it's like, wow, I could talk to people who are passionate about games, and like, I like to hear about how you beat games or how you didn't like this, and forming on anything besides oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a favorite podcast or podcast moment? Jesse asks.
That is so difficult. Like, I thought about like reflecting back on episodes, and my memory sucks to be able to do that. It's mostly just guests and just having the guest on.
I love every time we have a guest on.
Also, I'll say I enjoyed the amount of joy that Jason had when I used the Hobbits Are Coming to Isengard 8-bit rendition at the beginning of the intro. It's like, we should use that. I'm like,
just for no reason. We weren't even talking about Lord of the Rings, but it was like, you like Lord of the Rings? I like Lord of the Rings. Let's just take the Hobbits to Isengard 8-bit style. And he's like, all right.
Yeah. Were there any other things that stood out to you about podcasting in general? I mean, even
I just like that you give me a chance to. I was supposed to be a guest on the first episode I was on. I ended up co-hosting, and then it just kind of stuck. And going ever since. That was pretty cool. I was a little nervous at first about it, but I just realized, wait, it's about video games. I can, it's not even a fake it till you make it. It's like I know what I'm talking about with this shit. It's not like a, hey, you want to come on my political podcast? I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll just read the paper real quick here. Hold on. It's like I actually know what I'm talking about with that shit. It's something I pay attention to and I'm passionate about.
Chris, the old retro says his favorite time on the game tennis moment is when he screamed, "Clap for me, bitch," and broke Justin for like 5 minutes. He was useless for a little bit from laughing so hard. Yeah, that was a big running gag that episode, and it's kind of been a remainder.
Well, coming close to our yearly have Chris on the podcast thing. We do like our last one of the year every year, so that's a highlight definitely every year too. I was so bummed the year I missed out on it when I was gone for a bit before I came back. I was like, oh man, it was like right before that too. Yeah. So yeah, that's another highlight every year.
Okay, and then Frantic Society, Frantic Thoughts. I like Buried what Mars calls him Frantic Josh or Society Josh. He says, what movie have both of you guys watched the most and why? And also love the show. Congrats on 100. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's going to be no surprise to anybody. Terminator goddamn 2. I've watched that movie, not even an exaggeration, at least 300 times. I love that movie, and I'll never, even when I had TV, I'd watch it when it was on with the commercials and all. I don't care. I'm never not down for watching Terminator 2. Someone could wake me up in the middle of the night and be like, hey, get up, watch Terminator 2. I'd be like, right, let's go. So, favorite movie of all time. Definitely the one I've watched the most. But there's another handful that definitely need an honorable mention. But first, we'll go with yours. What you got?
I mean, it should be super obvious for anybody who knows me. So, I mean, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings extended version, because don't sell yourself short and watch the non-extended version, because
that's another one for me too. I just
but yeah, so Lord of the Rings, Terminator 2, Alien.
Better movie? I won't even argue with that. I like Terminator 1 also, but
yeah, Terminator 1.
Well, with the police station scene is like the greatest Terminator scene ever. I don't even care.
Yeah. Also,
I don't even dislike the police. I just love that scene.
I think other notable would be like House, Gattaca, probably like it's probably like the Watchmen.
Yeah. The Watchmen movie?
I've seen that many times. Cool. I love it. And I mean, I'm sure there's more movies. I could rattle off a whole bunch that I've watched. Battlefield
Earth, definitely. That's what Chris says. Chris says so much.
Yeah.
I mean, most Arnold movies, you could say, like Conan, Predator, Total Recall, the first Ninja Turtles movie, Ghostbusters, definitely my wife says. Definitely Ghostbusters is... I already loved Ghostbusters, as one of my favorite movies, but when my kids got into it, you know how often kids can watch a movie? You watch it, it's over. Can we watch it again? Yeah, of course we can. It's fucking Ghostbusters. So, yeah, definitely the Ghostbusters is another one. Transformers animated movie.
I think, so Jesse had asked about which episode, I think was the one Chris was talking about, the Clap for Me Bitch. I believe that was episode 66. I think the end of the year episode. No, wrong. 65. I think it was episode 65.
PMG wants to fight me about saying Terminator 2 is better than Terminator 1. So I like both. I'm not even gonna argue. That's an awesome movie.
Yeah, well, one's kind of like an like a horror thriller sci-fi. The other is a like action adventure sci-fi. Like
It's just the perfect movie.
I mean, both of them.
And the first one has titties. Second one doesn't have titties. So is that? But yeah, I love it. I love all the, the practical effects in it too.
Yeah.
Some people rag on the part where he rips out his eye. I'm like, that's one of my favorite parts too.
Nerd strategy: potatoes, mash them, bash them, stick them in a stew.
Yeah,
indeed. Then Power Metal Gamer says Labyrinth, and Cherish agrees.
Oh yes,
Labyrinth is great.
Yeah, we like our shit. We got asked about how we feel about PS2 and GameCube games skyrocketing. I think it's just about anything older than 360 and PS3 era is kind of going up to ridiculous prices now. We talked a little bit about it, but GameCube was already kind of creeping up there, but PS2 is getting ridiculous. Yeah, just everything's getting ridiculous right now. Hopefully when this is over, they'll go back down to affordable prices. There was always a couple pricey things in both camps, but yeah, it's kind of hard when you want to collect the old stuff. You can still get lucky though. I got lucky and got a big free bag of shit the other day. Big stack of PS3 games. Was it four controllers, and one of them was a PS4 controller. It's like, all right.
Hell of a deal.
Always Bulge makes the movie.
Wreck-It Red
asks, Jason.
Wreck-It Red says, Church, not to sound morbid, but will you be taking your Shantae collection to the grave or donate to a museum or something? I don't really have a plan for any of my collection. Like that is
put it in your will that you gotta wear the pants.
Bury me in the yoga pants.
The Shantae leggings. You gotta wear them at least once. I don't care. I gotta see this.
So as is right now, the only plan that I have for my Shantae collection is once all the things that are currently available and on pre-order, which is like the Seven Sirens stuff, and now because I'm ridiculous with this collection, the Japanese pre-order for Seven Sirens comes with a little acrylic standee. So I'm like, I have to get that. So once I get all that, I'm actually going to make a video covering the collection and start going through the steps to get a Guinness World Record for largest Shantae collection. Because why the hell not?
Every time you're about to do it, another fucking 2 or 3 things comes out and you're like, ah!
Oh, the art book too. The art book's on pre-order. So yeah, because I've been wanting to do this for like a year, and it's just like they keep releasing crap. Stop it, so I can just be done with this. Maybe that's what I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do after, because maybe after I get the record, it's really frustrating collecting for the series because just there's so much crap now, and they keep making all this like convention exclusives or Japanese pre-orders. Yeah.
Oh, Chris is making enemies in the chat by loathing Labyrinth.
What?
He wasn't a fan of watching David Bowie's dick print for 90 minutes.
Why would you not want to watch?
Oh, everyone wants to see leggings. Episode 150. You're wearing them leggings. Let's get a change.org petition going. And you got to do the Shawn Michaels pose too.
Yeah.
We'll put flames in the background, and that'll be the thumbnail for that episode 150.
Nobody will ever watch anything I release ever again.
You could just do your version of Labyrinth. You just Chris will tune out of that. Yeah. He likes the Dark Crystal, so that's all right.
Dark Crystal is awesome, absolutely, and the series was fantastic.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that was it for those questions.
Yeah, I'm liking this live. The live format keeps us with more questions and stuff to answer. I like it. We've answered more questions than the entirety of having the community question.
Yeah, right.
So that's awesome.
So Jesse said if you get a Guinness World Record, that would be epic. And fun fact, Jason actually does already have a world record.
Yes, I do. Yeah, we that was actually one of the topics we were going to cover the first episode I was going to be on, and we just kind of never talked about it. It's kind of fun.
Mentioned it here and there, but it's never got like
we're going to do a whole thing about it, but it was just like, let's just talk about games. Okay.
I think you should make a video like retrospecting the process and stuff, but maybe just mention for anybody who doesn't know what that was.
Yeah, the most Xbox 360 gamer score in 24 hours. And I actually did that in 2012, I think, or maybe it was 2011. And they actually organized an event in Indiana. I think it was Terre Haute, or I don't know how you say it, that wherever in Indiana. They organized a thing called Achievement Fest, where they all just kind of played games to get achievements and whatever. And then they had one guy who was trying to beat the record. And I think he did 2 or 3 years in a row to try and beat it. And he originally beat it by just like a small increment, but I did it before I knew about this. I redid it and raised money for Extra Life, for a semi-local children's hospital. And then I kicked the shit out of my record. I almost doubled, almost 1.5, 150% of my original score. And then the footage got fucked up. Like like there was a lapse where my camera that would point at the TV was like, I think after 12 hours it automatically stopped, so I'd have to just restart it. And the other guy that was helping me with stuff was like recording in the most HD possible, so it would like fill up his memory card, so he'd have to like pop his memory card out and dump it. I'm like, it doesn't need to be HD, it's not going to be on TV. It could just be, as long as you can tell it's me. It could even be a pixelated PS1 graphics looking me, and as long as you can tell it's me, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just for verification purposes. So I'm glad I raised money for the Extra Life, because if not, it would have felt like a huge waste of time the second time. And I've been meaning to redo it again for a few years, but one of these years. Yeah. But now it'll be a lot easier now. But just the amount of hoops, like the actual doing the record isn't the tough part. It's all the hoops you got to jump through for Guinness. Like, I have to get coverage from some local news source, and local here is just the radio station or the paper. And the paper was cool enough to come out both times when I did it. But yeah, there's all types of other stuff, like 2 people. You have to have 2 witnesses at least at all times that you don't know. And this was like back before streaming was big, and I'm like, who the hell's gonna watch someone they don't know play video games?
I guess.
Luckily, my brother like recruited a couple of his friends. Were like, oh man, I'll watch it. And I was like, all right. So it's like, go around just asking random people, hey, I don't know you, but do you want to come to my house and watch me play video games?
I could see the headline being like, local loser plays too many video games or something.
That could be a weekly article.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. So yeah, now you can stream it. It could be a lot easier. I've been meaning to do it again. Yeah, whenever I can find time when I'm not working a ridiculous amount and somehow the 4 kids are wrangled, so I don't get choked out for trying to do it. But yeah, well, I'd like to challenge it again, and I wonder if I could even use Xbox One games and shit like that. Could be. But it's the most fun homework I've ever done. It's going, okay, well, what are some fast, easy achievements? And it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So Cherish asked any big plans for episodes after 100, and nothing.
As far as I know, just the leggings. I'm looking forward to 150. Let's knock these out like 2-3 week. Like Joe Rogan and have like 4 a week.
Oh, geez.
I'll wear something equivalent. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I'll dress up like David Lee Roth or some shit.
Oh,
so you don't feel uncomfortable, and I'll just do some jump splits and and shit. And I'll drink a whole bottle of whiskey while sitting here, because that's a David Lee Roth thing, and I think I can handle that.
Yeah. Blinkoom says, "Congrats on 100 episodes. Thank you, Blink. And what's up?"
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
So let's talk about some more video games and what we've been up to.
I guess so. We do that here.
Yeah.
Well, since last time, what the hell you been up to?
I've been playing a little bit of games. So I mean, pretty much. So right now, I will say, working IT and education is very stressful. So I've been super stressed out and not doing a lot of the things I normally do. Just
playing
because
video games is the ultimate stress reliever.
Exactly.
Unless you're playing Demon Souls without online capabilities.
True. So I don't know, for some reason, like trying to keep up with YouTube and stuff and social media just seems like a daunting task. So I've kind of just not been watching people's videos and stuff. So for any of my friends, I apologize. I haven't been keeping up on videos. Things will get back to normal.
I noticed that I didn't see that one tick that I usually do. I can usually tell that's you. Oh, that one's him. On my minimal amount of views on my videos. Oh, Josh must be watching it. I see there's one view.
Yeah. But I have been playing some games. I do want to mention we joined the Game Deflators for their episode 92 a couple weeks ago. So
sort of did.
Sort of did. There's some technical difficulties, but things happen.
Crap in the bed, so I'm switching service providers because it's been kind of going downhill the last couple of weeks. Actually, they'll just be like, it'll just cut out. So if it happens, don't think I left in a huff. Still very, you're still very much my friend, even though you haven't played Terminator Resistance. But we've worked past that.
But for anybody who doesn't follow the Game Deflators, definitely they have a fantastic podcast, very well done, very well put together, available any way you listen to podcasts, apps, YouTube, you name it, you can find them. Check it out.
Couple episodes back, I actually joined for a full episode, so if you want to check that one out too.
Yeah, definitely.
Check that out too.
And then in preparation for that episode of the Game Deflators, we both actually played and beat Journey to Silius. I hadn't played Journey to Silius previously. I always wanted to because I thought it looked really cool. I just never had a physical copy.
You would have if COVID didn't suck.
Jason coincidentally does have a copy for me, so that is great. So I was like, you know what? I will play this game and I will just emulate it because I have no problem with emulation.
Yeah, I bought it. I found a good deal on it, and then I got it like the next month in one of my subscription boxes. So I was like, well, I know someone who will enjoy it.
Yeah.
Especially, we know my love of Terminator. And it was originally supposed to be a Terminator game. So I was all like, that's why I was like, I got to have this game. I've known it for a while, but I just kind of was like sick of not finding it or getting it in a box.
Mm-hmm. So and I didn't know that it was potentially going to be a Terminator game. And I can definitely see some of those inspirations there, even though like any other NES game based on something, it's like wildly different, but you can still
you can tell
some of that, some of the robots and
the background. Well, some of them look like straight up alien, xenomorphs, and like that was at the third level there. They were like robotic xenomorphs. So I was just like, that's why I'll put the confusing question mark on the. It used to be a Terminator game, but then they switched it to a alien game. All right, so just copyright infringe a different company since you don't have the Terminator license anymore, I guess.
Yeah, and awesome soundtrack too. Like Sunsoft always has good soundtracks to their games.
Base.
And then I guess I'll save Ghost of Tsushima. I finished that, but we'll talk about it here in a little bit. A little bit more. And Cartridge Club Game of the Month for August, like I said, is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So as soon as I finished Ghost of Tsushima, I jumped into that.
Gotta love that Geralt action.
Yeah, really, really enjoying the game. Although I feel incredibly lost. Like I watched a bunch of recaps and stuff, but still, like just how the game starts, like I just feel like I'm missing like something that I knew that happened. Like I feel like I don't. So there's.
Yeah, I thought I would have felt that way jumping into Witcher 2 without playing the first one, but honestly, I didn't feel like I missed anything. And then there's kind of a lot happens in it, but I don't know. I wouldn't have thought that it made that big of a difference jumping into 3, but I guess so. It's not like a Final Fantasy where you can miss the first 13 of them.
Yeah,
and
right.
Play the 14th and be like, oh no.
I think I'm probably somewhere around like 20 hours of like 20 hours of like 100 or like possible like 200-hour game if I do everything. I don't think I'm going to do everything. I'm basically playing it like I was with Tsushima, where I'm kind of tackling things as I'm going to places, but I'm not necessarily going like way out of my way just to do this like whatever random side thing. But the strength of the game is definitely the characters. They put so much work. Even like a lot of the little side quests like are really well like thought out, and the dialogue is fantastic. Like,
yeah, so I was saying to you, like everything in the game feels like it matters. It's not just like a fetch quest where you're like, I guess so.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to do this. What's happening with this?
Yeah.
What happened to that guy? Like, there's also like a little bit of a murder mystery element to a lot of the quests where you're like, whoa, get there and someone's just ripped to shreds, and you're like, oh, I gotta go find out who the hell did that.
Yeah.
And do that to them. So I absolutely loved it. That's why I thought it was so hilarious that I was like, I know I'm at the end of this game. I didn't realize how like I could literally just walk up to her and be like, let's do this for the end battle. But yeah, it was the reason I bought an Xbox One. So I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. It's a phenomenal game.
Yeah. Looking forward to see where the story goes, because like even some of the big story beats are like barely even started. Like, so I see some interesting things coming. And then also a shout out, I just a few days ago, just because of what I've seen and the hype I've been hearing, I decided to pick up Fall Guys. I picked it up on Steam.
Yeah, it's all everyone's talking about now. It's the in-game right now.
It is hilariously fun. Like you should definitely get it. Play it with your kids. Your kids are gonna love it. You'll love it. Yeah, it's basically like
you have to play it online though, don't you?
Yeah, it is online. There's no voice chat or anything.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I was thinking of getting it, but my PS Plus that I had,
just pay for it. Just buy it. It's $20. It's worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Did you
so much fun? Yeah, I bought it. I bought it on Steam, so I paid for it. No, knowing that I could have got it on PS Plus, but I don't got PS Plus right now. But it's essentially like it's like MXC, but a video game. It's just goofy obstacle courses, elimination.
Like until it's been basically all anyone's talking about or playing the last couple of weeks. It's like Tsushima got overshadowed by Fall Guys randomly last week. So
well, it's big with streamers, of course, because it's so silly and whatnot. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun, especially if you can. Like if you played with your kids, I guarantee you guys would be laughing and stuff. Artificial Raven, actually, me and him have been playing it because you can join up. It's you don't necessarily like a lot of things. It's it's not working together, but there are some like team events where they do put you on the same team, so that's pretty cool. And we just get like Discord going and chat over Discord. But it's a lot of fun. I still haven't won a match. I'm really hoping to do that, and then I can claim like a just beat it on that. But
you may not.
But I may not.
You have to have several.
Polykill told Frantic.
They acknowledged Musty on many Fortnite wins, so you need many, not just one.
No, they Frantic. He posted about it, and they said it is allowed. So,
shit. So if you're a top player in a match.
If you have to win, and I haven't won yet.
Top player in a match and win.
Yeah. It's fun though. It's a lot of fun. I really do recommend it, people. Power Metal Gamer said he lost 50 hours of The Witcher 3 recently, 70 hours of Skyrim, and a ton of other data. And he had to reinitialize the hard drive on his PS4.
Well, shit.
Oof. That's rough. Yeah. Yeah, right?
Have to pay respects, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
Nothing sucks more than losing game data. That is the worst shit. And goddamn, my hair looks stupid just now.
One of the few times you'll ever see Jason without a hat.
Yeah. Now you don't. At least people know that I don't have a skillet or something.
Dude, what if you did though?
I pull it off and the hair came with it. It was like
just own it. Just own it, man.
Your hair is actually longer than mine, secretly.
Own it. I mean, I could totally grow a skullet because like the rest of my hair, like it grows really fast.
You're allowed
nothing grows up here. I gotta like.
You gotta bleach blonde it if you're gonna do it though, and then you gotta do the handlebar because.
This is the extent of the facial hair I can do. It's like trimmed, but I'm a sad man. sad man with a lacking beard.
Oh, it's all right.
All right. So what have you been up to?
Oh,
I think I forgot.
It feels like I don't get to do a lot of gaming, and then I just get mad at not being able to game. And one night I'll just punish a bunch of games. Kind of like I did last year, where I'd be like, "Oh, I haven't played anything in 3 or 4 days." Fire up the arcade stick and plow through a bunch of beat 'em ups to feel like I accomplished something in my life.
Sorry, I have to laugh. Power Metal Gamer says Church isn't bald. He's too tall for his hair. I've never heard that before. That's really funny.
Like Devin Townsend, a strapping young lad. Hell yeah. I met him at Ozfest, actually. Cool guy. Nice. Very talented. He was very hungover or just not feeling it that day. Because if you look on my Facebook, there's the picture of me with him, and he's just like, he just looks like fucking hooray.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's like, I get to another fan. Yay.
Yeah. So anyway, I realized recently in my beats for this year that I've been horribly neglecting the NES, and I love the NES. It doesn't deserve my neglect. And it kind of started with Journey to Silius. I was like, hell yeah. And then when I added it to the list, I looked and I realized, no other NES games this year. A lot of Super Nintendo, a lot of Genesis. Kind of went on a little Genesis spree a couple weeks ago. But I decided to fix that. And after I beat Journey to Silius, I played our retro game highlight, Shadow of the Ninja. Beat that. It was great. Recommend it again. Gremlins 2 was actually short, but pretty easy. Pretty easy game. A lot of fun, though.
Fun?
Isometric.
I never played it.
Our buddy Trav of the Polykill podcast was like,
Also Ness friend.
Yeah, he's also Ness friend. He's
and
he's like, I didn't realize until I looked it up, but he's like, apparently I can't beat it. And the part that I always fail at is like 2 jumps from the end. And I'm like, oh, that's a shame. So I gave him big encouragement to see it through and beat that game because it was a lot of fun. No Slayer on the soundtrack, but the soundtrack in that game is phenomenal as well. And Shadow of the Ninja also needs a shout out because the entire soundtrack on that is just badass. Especially the second level.
That game?
Second level is
Shadow of the Ninja.
Natsume
is
Bandit?
Yep, Natsume.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. And then I beat another one. Speaking of awesome music, who doesn't love headbang and some good tunes? I beat Kabuki Quantum Fighter, which the main attack in that game is headbanging, hitting shit with your hair. So that's the best shit ever. So if you want to know what it's like to have long hair, definitely play that. I picked that up. Well, one of our last game hunt sessions. I think the first time you and I went to Heroic Goods and Games in Minneapolis. Good times. Then after that, I played a game for a movie I love. Ghostbusters 2. It sucked ass.
Oh.
But I gotta say, it was kind of almost like a good companion piece to the game I beat next. Because I beat New Ghostbusters 2, which was a game that we never got in North America, but it is the way it's supposed to be.
I've heard good things about that one.
Excellent game. I bought a repro of it. The first MGC we went to. And I didn't play the repro of it though. It's still sealed, but I played it on a multi-card I have.
Nice.
Excellent game. And what I say it's a good companion piece is because it has a lot of the levels and locations from the movie, but what it doesn't have for locations, the shitty NES game has, like, there's no Statue of Liberty section, and there's like a whole shitty shoot 'em up part in the original Ghostbusters 2 game. So that happens. But anyway, pretty cool. Definitely the one we should have got over here. I'm glad they made up for it. Usually you never see like a game suck and then be like, second try.
Yeah.
Hopefully this one doesn't suck ass, because there'd be a lot of fucking follow-up movie games that way. There'd be new this game, new that game for just about every just about every movie tie-in game for quite a while. And then after that, I played a new game. A game I've been wanting to play for quite a long damn time since they announced it. They pushed it back. I shared my sorrow with you.
Yep.
And that was Iron Man VR. If you want to know what it's like to be Iron Man and you aren't personal friends with Robert Downey Jr. to ask him what it's like, play this game, because this will make you feel like Iron Man, except for like when you take the headset off, you're not a billionaire and
just return to our...
He's kind of a loser, and you just but the game is fun. Good game.
No like motion sickness or anything?
No, it's one of those games where you're like, I don't know, this could go horribly wrong, or it could be totally awesome. And thankfully, it was totally awesome. I wasn't a lot of people hate on like the ones that came out last gen, like for the first two movies. While the second one was definitely kind of phoned in. I liked the first one kind of a lot. But yeah, this is definitely the best Iron Man game you can get. But so after that, I played some mech games. I actually played my, spoiler alert, my backlog roulette game. Chris, I played it, Chris. I played Front Mission Gun Hazard, which was my backlog roulette pick on the last Super Enabler Bros show, which we had Sarmaru as our guest. So definitely check that out. Find out a whole bunch about game development and other cool shit. So yeah, I got oh yeah, I forgot this guy doesn't support his friends and watch their videos. But yeah, Front Mission Gun Hazard was a lot. I wanted to play this game for years. I picked it up at MGC last year, and then I just ended up playing around on my NES Classic. But I digress. It was great. I was expecting like a 2-3 hour mech, action platformer, and it was actually more like a 12 or 13 hour mech action platformer. You can get in and out of it just like Blaster Master or a couple other games like that. But it was a lot of RPG elements mixed in there. Cool level. It was almost like a overworld level, kind of like Super Mario World, where you take on the different missions and side missions. Excellent story. Way more than I was expecting. Way more.
A super team working on this. Designed by Hironobu Sakaguchi. Composers Nobuo Uematsu, Yasunori Matsuda. So you got Final Fantasy designer, you got Final Fantasy composer, you got Chrono Trigger composer. Holy crap,
man! Come on.
Yeah,
so yeah. You played it. So I was wondering.
Yeah, I need to play it. I think I always thought this was like way in the series or something.
What? You always thought it was what?
Like way far into a series. I thought it was something else.
Front Mission is basically a strategy RPG series, but this is like a departure, like a spin-off from it, which is like the regular games already look cool to me. I have a bunch of them, but this one has stood out to me as one I have to play. I already wanted to play it, but then I saw people like just talking it up, like you have to play this. Like SNES Drunk is a big fan of this game. Yeah, definitely you're doing yourself a disservice, especially if you play import games. Play this any way you can get your hands on it. Definitely check it out. It is worth it. Yeah, like I said, it was so much meatier than I was expecting. So that was awesome. It wasn't just a quick play it for an hour or two and then you're done, and play it again if you want more of it, basically. So it was cool. Anyway, going on too long about that, but I didn't have the mech out of my system yet, so I played my most wanted Super Nintendo game that I'll probably never own unless I get super lucky like I did with Demon's Crest recently.
Yeah.
And that's Metal Warriors.
I want this game too.
I wanted it. I was looking for it everywhere at MGC last year. I couldn't find it under like $300, I think it was $250 or something. But the only one I found was at actually the table I did a trade with, and they had like a complete in box copy, and I was like, I kind of just want the card.
Yep.
They had a complete in box copy of that and Sculptor's Cut, and I was like, man, I would just trade this whole bin for those two games if they just not have to have the complete in box copies, because I'm cool with just a cart. And anyway, excellent. It was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. So this is kind of like a flip from the front mission Gun Hazard. I was expecting it to be a bit longer. It was only about 2 hours at max, but holy shit, what a ride. It's really hard at first until you get kind of your bearings and figure stuff out. There's a great like list of mechs you can use in the different levels, so there's a cool variety there. And yeah, cool story. I love the cutscene animations. They were like pure anime awesomeness. So it's all about that shit.
Yeah, it's
beat it.
Yeah, it looks sweet. It looks like a very similar in style to Cybernator as well.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people compare it to, Cybernator, stuff like that.
But they're completely unrelated.
Unless you can group together games that are awesome, then they're totally related.
True.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I don't know if I $300 recommend it, but it's your money.
Yeah,
you can spend it on me. So, but then followed up. Speaking of Arnold, we've been speaking about Arnold movies and cool shit. You know what an Arnold movie I really like is that doesn't get enough credit? True Lies. I love it. Basically how my marriage is totally like that. True Lies thing. I have to trick my wife into dancing for me while I sit in the shadows and pretend I'm somebody else. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I was getting somewhere with this. It's actually a Sega Genesis game that I beat recently, which is also linked to another game that we were talking about earlier, and that's Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It's got a cool isometric view, but instead of squirt guns, it's real guns, and you shoot a lot of faces. And it was awesome. Pretty challenging, but not too challenging. You got a cool dodge roll, which is definitely very helpful, especially when you got these douchebags with rockets. They suck ass. But besides that, the game's not too tough. The angling is kind of tough sometimes when you're in doorways and there's guys that shot with the rocket launchers, but you can do it. Arnold can do it. You can do it. No, not really. Not really in most cases. But in this game, hell yeah, you can pretend you're Arnold and do that shit. So yeah, the only thing I can complain about is it shows stills from the movie as cutscenes, and they look god awful and dark as shit. So I really want to play the Super Nintendo version, see if those are any better. I'm betting they probably are. They don't look like it looks like a shitty oil painting that got rained on of the actual cutscene pictures. But yeah, excellent game. I've been wanting to play it. I actually have a copy of that for you too, so go check it out. I don't think I gave you that yet for a while. Yeah, well, look forward to it.
As long as the rest of my fellow countrymen start taking this pandemic seriously, so we can hang out and I can get some games. We
can do our trade, or our customary trade every time we hang out. My wife likes.
I wonder how much trouble we get if we tried to do like a big helium balloon, and have them go over the border.
You just drive to International Falls and we'll get drones and fly or pick up each other in the reusable shopping bags. That'd be great. And then
why not? Is that international? Is that violating international laws or something?
It's probably some kind of smuggling.
Yeah,
they're
bringing attack fighters, take down the drones, and they'll lock me up in Guantanamo Bay.
F-16s will come in, or no, because it's True Lies. It's got to be Harrier jets.
Oh yeah, right. They just come.
And then I'll go to come see you. They lifted the borders open. I'm like, yes. But then the Harrier will blow it up, and I'm like, the bridge is out. You're like, I can't hear you. The bridge is out. So yeah. Anyways, besides that, we'll figure that out later. You've ordered quite a few things you got over there for me too. So it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be like Christmas.
Yes.
It'll probably be close to Christmas when we actually get to do the trade.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyways, I beat 2 more games, and then I'll shut up about games I beat. I beat my favorite beat 'em up for real on the NES now. I was pretty sure. Played some others. Then went back to this. Mighty Final Fight is the best beat 'em up on the NES. Bite me. I kind of want to get John Riggs to do a hack where he adds me, you, and Chris in there as characters. And Corpse Flood beat him up or some shit.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll see if maybe he'll take my money. And
they're like, it's like you can change the text or something somewhere. It's like they're trying to stop you from enabling.
Yeah, it's quit.
So
Terminator 2 sucks is like the main bad guy, and then he just runs away, and they got to beat him up.
Yeah.
And don't worry, it's not Power Metal Gamer going Terminator 1 was better, because I just go, that's cool. I love that movie too.
I'm not gonna get mad about that one.
Yeah. Beating up no one over saying Terminator 1 was better. Both excellent. And then after that, I beat a pretty metal game, Abadox, which is like a shoot 'em up where you're in like a mech or you're like a space marine. I'm not sure. You're in some kind of robotic suit anyway. And it starts as like a horizontal shoot 'em up, but then I think this is the only game that I've ever seen that when it goes to vertical, it's descending vertical shmup.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You start off going into this living world, which basically looks like a big zitty orange with a mouth. And then you proceed to blow it up. So it makes sense that you're descending because you're going farther into it because you got to go to the middle to blow it up. Put his guitar down to type the Terminator 1 was better. Both excellent. Abadox is tough as hell. Some parts were like hard as balls, but I've been playing a lot of bullet hells lately, so it seemed surprisingly, it was intense, but it seemed surprisingly manageable compared to like crazy bullet hells where you're just trying to find one little pixel on the screen where there's not a projectile flying at you. So good thing I've been playing all those shmups lately because it really came in handy there. That especially the last couple levels were just ridiculous. Like people talk about how tough R-Type and stuff is. I'd say it's pretty on par with R-Type.
I will say, so I haven't played Abadox. Does look pretty metal. It's like super. Like,
everything's guts and
gore looking.
Yeah.
But I will say, the cover for the NES version is goofy as shit.
Yeah, I thought it was an RPG when I first saw it.
I thought it was. I don't even know. The alien just looks so goofy, like silly even. Yeah, but then you look at the original cover, and it's, man, why do they do this? Why? Why?
Because Nintendo thought people over here couldn't handle a tough game.
Awesome. They couldn't handle awesome. The original cover is
we couldn't even
awesome.
Handle. Yeah, we didn't. We got a different Mario 2 because we were too scrubby to play the original Mario 2. And they're also like, oh, all the kids will throw up if they see how cool this game actually is before they're playing it. That's basically what I'd say is like the visual equivalent of if Splatterhouse was a shoot 'em up.
There you go.
Everything was like guts and maggoty looking and little creatures. It was awesome. Or if like Doom Guy decided to get a jetpack earlier on in like an earlier game, like an old school game. Yeah, that's what it felt like. It was a lot of fun, hard as hell. It definitely took a few tries, but it was it was a lot of fun. So definitely check it out. I don't hear much people talk about it. Pam from Cannot Be Tamed did a video a couple of weeks ago about it, I think. But yeah, I don't see a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah.
Doom Troopers. I definitely do have to check that out.
Very good things.
Jesse asked what our favorite Super Nintendo game is.
Ooh. Again, I'm kind of basic. Going back to the soundtrack, it's the same deal. Just happens hand in hand. I currently, just because this is my current mood, and Final Fantasy VI, but Chrono Trigger is also a potential. I always go between Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI, but right now I'd say Final Fantasy VI.
Why would you even say that when Uniracers exists?
Jesus Christ! I'm out of here.
Well, I guess I'm not here because it's your stream technically. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning for Lufia 2. I love me some Lufia 2, so I'm gonna say Lufia 2. I don't know. There's also honorable mentions like Castlevania 4 and shit like that in there, but love it.
It's all right.
It's not
Final Fantasy 6.
I don't know. You haven't even played it, so how fuck you know?
I have played it. I never beat it.
Okay.
But I have it now. I just need to knock
Buckle
it off.
down. Buckle down.
So Ghost of Tsushima. You didn't get a chance to share much of your thoughts last time because you hadn't played it.
I haven't played it. I've been waiting to get my mail. Finally got my mail. Got everything. And I'm probably about 12, 13 hours into it because that's all I've done. I cleaned my whole house so that I wouldn't get beat up by my wife. When she came home and just saw me just refusing to do anything but play this game because I knew once I start, it's Pringles, man.
Yeah.
Pop, can't stop.
Yeah, it's.
I've been all over it. I think I'm got almost everything on the first island so far. So it's coming along. I'm rolling heads everywhere. It's been pretty awesome, but it's a lot of fun so far. I like the story. I like the characters. I don't feel anything is a pain in the ass to do, even if it's far out of the way. I'm like, actually, it looks big when you look at the map, but getting anywhere doesn't really take very long, especially when you can fast travel. But really, even just like running or riding a horse, you'll get there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Everything seems super intuitive. I've heard people kind of ripping on the stealth. I don't know if maybe it got a patch or something, but the stealth seemed adequate to me. I haven't had any troubles with it.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a stealth game. It has stealth. You can do stealth, but I had no issues with it myself. I always play stealth until I can't stealth anymore. Then everybody's got to die.
I like being stealth when everyone can still die. I love killing.
Well, that's when you like cut their throats and chop their heads off and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like stealth, not just sneaking around, but I like to sneak up and cut heads off.
Yeah.
I didn't give myself the name Corpse Flood without giving it some thought. I love killing in games. So
Power Metal Gamer says he got the platinum trophy on Ghost. I loved it. And then I know Artificial Raven got platinum on it too.
Awesome. Well, I plan on doing it too. So I'll be doing that. It seems like
I'm
all on the way. Yeah, I know you said you weren't gonna, but I shamed you for that last episode.
It's just
want to hear me ripping on for not doing that shit?
It's just because I wanted to jump into Witcher.
Yeah, it seemed like it must be a kind of an easy platinum because I don't really see a lot of people like saying, "Oh, I got the platinum in this," but I don't know if it's just because I've got Sucker Punch on Twitter, but I've seen a lot of people being like, "Yeah, I got the platinum." So I was like, it must be doable. It doesn't seem too daunting.
That's actually a good thing. I didn't know about this, but I heard, and Parmetal Gamer says, have you guys seen that if you're more of a stealth user in Ghost, the weather will change. There will be more storms for being dishonorable. And I have heard other people say that. And by the end of my game, like it was lots of storms.
I'm loving the standoff.
I
just walking up and be like,
they get kind of frustrating like later in the game because like your window is decreased, but yeah, it's you do the standoffs and then like
I don't like the flinch. Like, just fucking attack me so I can slash you, bud.
But then like shout out, like you can always just kind of run around with your sword too, but every time I'm done with combat, first thing I always do is immediately like sheath my sword.
Yeah, I like he says weather was always shit in his game, so he must have been stealth as fuck. So that's cool. I like it. I like to switch it up. I'll be like really stealth for a bit, and then I'll be like, I think this whole crowd of guys just needs to get this shit slashed out of them. So I'll do that up. One thing I'm not. It seems like really easy to do sometimes, and then just like other times, like it doesn't even give me the option. Is to observe the head guy, the boss.
Oh yeah.
Because then there will be one where like he's not looking for me, he's not anything, but doesn't even give me the option to observe him. I'm like, well, I'm clearly observing him. And then other times it's like as soon as he's like, I don't know where he went, or he like, doesn't even know I'm there. It's like easily. So I guess the game just decides when you can do that shit.
I don't know. I just whatever. Like those bonus objectives are kind of. I'm just gonna kill everybody.
I like them, but I usually try to. But I also want to just unlock the stances faster too, because you can observe them, then kill them. That's
right.
So that's why I was like, I might as well observe this guy. Sounds real weird.
Yeah.
guy watching and then killing. just I just want to kill this guy, but yeah.
Yeah, and there's definitely some like awesome stuff.
There was one guy I was right behind, and it wouldn't even let me study him. I was just like, not an idea. I'm there. So whatever. That's my really only complaint. Where I'm like, study this guy. Damn it! I'm like 3 feet away from him. So it is what it is. That's my only real thing I don't like so far. Everything else has been gorgeous.
Yeah. It's I would definitely put it up as like kind of one of the generation defining games. Like everything that it does fantastically well.
Well, isn't it the highest rated game this gen for Metacritic? And not that Metacritic is anything to go by.
I hadn't heard that, but that'd be cool. And I think there's some other recent games that were judged terribly unfairly, and that sucks. But let's just enjoy games because they are.
Oh, so no one review bombed it? Is what you're saying? Yeah. I'm liking this game more than that game, though. Just say that.
Yeah, that's fine. It's an awesome game. Absolutely.
They're both awesome games. So I'm just saying I'm liking this one more. Because I think I don't know. I've been looking forward to this game so hard.
Yeah.
Like I said last episode, when everyone was like sucking Sekiro's dick, I was also like, what about Ghost of Tsushima? It's like everyone forgot because of that. They were both announced at the same time, but I was always like, I'm all about that one. What's everyone ignoring that? I want to play it. I was like, have you heard anything about it? Because I even asked people, like, have you heard anything about it? Like, I have to look this game up instead of it like being right in my face like every other game.
Right.
I'm like,
it was like opposite results for me too, where like I was terribly disappointed with Sekiro, and Ghost exceeded my expectations.
Good. Yeah, I wasn't a big Sekiro fan either.
Yeah. So I guess we can look at some upcoming games here in the next couple weeks. And not that we don't have enough to already play, but what's more? I know I won't really be playing anything else besides maybe a little bit of Fall Guys and The Witcher, but Battletoads
coming out.
What do you think?
I don't give a shit about art style. As long as it's fun to play, I'll give it a crack because I love my beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on it. It does look kind of stupid. It looks like basically they're matching animation style of how cartoons are right now.
Yeah. Which is
everything. And the same thing happened in the 90s where like they just kind of like pick two different animation styles and everything's animated that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying. It looks like trash, but I will reserve judgment until I actually play it. But there's other shit I refuse to even have any part of, and that's like the new Ninja Turtles. It kind of reminds me of that. The new Ninja Turtle series looks like garbage.
Yeah.
And I'll not even give that a chance. Like just like Transformers Robots in Disguise. I was like, this is clearly not made for adult fans. This is like fucking shit. I watched the intro and I was like, nope. Dibs out. At least it's a toy line I don't have to buy a figure for. So that was good.
Sometimes you just know.
Hey, they're saving me money. When something sucks and it's Transformers related, I'm like, save myself several $100s. Unlike the War for Cybertron, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. The
flies on my ass.
First, finally American translated official release of a game called Moon will be released on the Switch, which I had never really heard about until Daria Plays had talked about it. And then, surprise, all of a sudden it's coming out. It's like a super weird RPG.
I was gonna say, if Dario was talking about it, I assume it's an RPG.
Yeah, it's kind of like everybody says it's kind of like an anti-RPG, but it's an RPG. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but it looks pretty neat.
It's the Wolverine of RPGs, or the Punisher of RPGs. It's like an anti-hero.
Maybe. I don't know.
You sold me on it.
Yeah. Then there is the Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered. That's a series I never played. Crystal Chronicles. I don't know much about it. I think
I didn't think it needed a remaster. I played the GameCube one and the little bit of the Wii one, but they're cool. But just like I say, anytime they make a remaster of just about anything, is you could have just made a new game. But that's their way of their excuse is always, oh, we're just trying to gauge interest to see if anyone is still interested in this shit. And like, if you didn't think it was interested, why would you waste the money to remaster it? You could have just spent a little bit, $10 more. You could have had a new game.
Yeah. I think the only other one that's really jumping out to me is Wasteland 3. It's finally coming out, which is a series I've always wanted to play, and I still have not. I do have Wasteland 2.
So do I. It's pretty fun.
I still haven't played it.
I haven't played a lot of it, but I've played some of it. It's pretty fun. It was basically like the original Fallout, apparently. The first one was like out before Fallout, and it was a heavy inspiration, so that was enough for me to buy the second one.
Yeah. I think... also that I didn't know Tell Me Why, one of the games that was showed off at the Series X.
Say it right.
Don't
Tell me why.
Oh,
come on, man, get with the Backstreet Boys jam.
Yeah, that's right. I forget about that.
You tried to, because you're like, I'm gonna hear that every time I see that shit, man.
But yeah, the first part of that is out on the 27th, and it looks like part 2 is like the 3rd. So it looks like they're putting that all out pretty quick instead of dragging it out over months and months.
Yeah.
But it is episodic released, so I'll wait for a physical.
Wreck-It Rans asks, have you guys heard any updates on Cyber Shadow for the Switch? I actually haven't in quite a while.
My chat is not updating for some reason.
Quit on you. But yeah, I haven't heard. Have you heard anything about it in the last bit?
I have not. That's the next Yacht Club game.
Yeah.
And no, I haven't heard much on that in a while. And
cool.
Yeah. And then PMG asks, are you guys gonna get Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake?
Yeah, we both got it on pre-order, and you're sad you can get a skateboard too.
I did.
You did get it?
Wait, did I? I thought I did.
You wanted to, but you didn't.
I'm pretty sure it did pop up, and I was able to pre-order. I can confirm that in a second.
Okay, well, you need to stream me doing some sweet tricks out in front of your house.
I'll be a poser just like I was back in the day. Yes.
Where did I have your fiance sit on the steps and just roast you the whole time you're trying to do tricks? Poser!
Yeah.
Throwing a sneaker at you and stuff.
I swear I got it on pre-order.
Get Tony Hawk to actually come by and tell you to do a kickflip. Do kickflip.
Let's see.
I'm definitely getting it.
Oh yeah, I did. I got it on pre-order from Best Buy, the collector's edition.
Cool. I'm happy with just the game.
Yeah.
But, I've heard I'm not playing the demo. I know there's a demo out, but I've heard it plays immaculately, which is good to hear, especially given the last few Tony Hawk games. I've not heard such good things about. I actually own 5, and I just refuse to play without playing it with someone because I just want to share in the joke.
Yeah, and actually, I don't think he's here right now. Maybe he still is. Artificial Raven, me and him and other friends had put ridiculous amounts of hours into Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Well, I was one of those sold from the get-go on every game since the first one. I played every game. I don't even like skateboarding. I don't give a shit about it. My favorite thing to watch is skateboarding is people falling off them, trying dumb shit, and not working out. Love that. So I loved the bail videos that you could unlock. I think that's probably was my big motivation. But I used to 100% everyone up until American Wasteland. And then when I got a 360 at one of the first games, I was like, ooh, gotta get that new Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
We got Project 8. And even being a veteran of the entire series, I was like, man, even the tutorial on this shit is bogus. So yeah, that was the last one I bought. I didn't get it new, thankfully, or I would be even more mad. But yeah, I'm glad to see it's returning to form, even if they just had to remake the first two. I hope they do Underground next. Underground 3 or something would be.
Power Metal Gamer says in quotations, "Too old to skateboard." I was just gonna say, Tony Hawk just pulled off what the 900 or whatever just recently. Tony Hawk's not too old again. Yeah,
well,
he's a monster.
Didn't some kid do like a 1080 or some shit?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So
there's
so
some.
Where's his game series?
There's some sick skateboarders out right now. I don't really follow much, but friends will share a video and it's like I'll watch them and it's like these dudes are crazy. And here's me. I'm good at video games.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm a pro skater as far as video games.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I even like the skate games. I don't know if you ever got into those, but those became everyone's go-to for skateboarding for the last gen because Tony Hawk fell off hard because then he's like, oh, Project 8 is garbage. How about if you just do it yourself? And then they made like the peripheral stand on the skateboard games. Yeah. And I was like, nope, I haven't tried that trash.
I never played Skate, but I watched plenty of like skate like physics glitch videos and stuff. I think for Skate 3, I think.
Oh yeah. That's so good.
Hilarious.
Yeah, they're so fun. And my brother and I would just play things where we just wipe out. My brother got me into them actually. Like I didn't even check them out. I own them all. I think I own them all on 360 and PS3 now, coincidentally. But like, yeah, they're pretty good. They're comparable things. So
yeah.
Tony Hawk Ride and what was the other one? Proving Ground. Was that the other one that had?
Sounds like it. I think so.
They both had the peripheral, I think. But yeah.
So let's. I'm gonna shout out what's going on in the Cartridge Club. Of course, Cartridge Club is a game of the month community focused around a game of the month podcast. You can get involved on the website, Discord. There's lots of like Cartridge Club friends that have YouTube channels, and I recommend everybody to get involved. Even if you don't want to play along with a game, you can still chat about it, listen to the podcast because it's great and it's an awesome community. And for August, as I mentioned, Cartridge Club Prime is playing The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, and then Quick Save Club, which is a sister podcast, PC game focused, for August and September are playing Fallout New Vegas, which is another amazing game. And yeah, definitely recommend everyone to get involved.
Check it out. Play both those games. Both amazing games.
Yes. Absolutely.
A lot of people's favorite Fallout is New Vegas, so why not check it out? I might just check it out again just because I like playing that game, even though I will not play it on PC. But
it's like a lot cooler if you did.
Would it? Or would it be
it look better, run better. Look better and run better. And you can mod it. You can have big titty anime girls. Big titty anime girls all over the place.
I don't need to make a Reese peanut butter cup out of my video games and my animes. I'm happy keeping those separate. I just love the sledgehammer uppercuts, watching dudes explode. That's the best shit ever. That's anime enough for me. It feels like Fist of the North Star when you hit those motherfuckers.
Yeah. Wreck-It Ren says those bail videos make me not want to ever skate for reals, and that's
definitely
pretty much why I don't skate. Because I tried and I sucked at it, and I don't even know if I actually could ollie. It felt like I did, but not really. So I was just like, okay, I'm done with this.
You just told someone you did. Yeah. I don't know. We're probably too old to start a skateboarding career. I'll stick with the video games.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's
next a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty much Witcher. Witcher for the next couple months, most likely. Like, this is a hefty game. Like I said, I'm not doing 100%, or at least I'm not planning on it.
Are you doing the add-ons?
I will definitely do the add-ons.
All right, then you will be at it for a few months.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. So
it'll be your Final Fantasy 14. Still playing Witcher 3.
Yeah, because I mean, luckily, Cartridge Club's covering a game I already played next month. So actually, next month, September, Cartridge Club is playing the fantastic 2018 God of War. So
Woo-wee!
they're killing it with these next few episodes. We got
God
Witcher, we got God of War, October,
Eve.
Parasite Eve.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then isn't it after that? Isn't it something else? I don't know.
I don't remember what it is, but it's something great because Cartridge Club always covers fantastic games.
They don't generally cover shitty games, so that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's basically Witcher 3. I'll play some more Fall Guys with Artificial Raven, who just said he is crashing out. Good night and congrats on the big 100th. Thank you very much, man, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.
So yeah, how about you?
I'll be doing Tsushima, so give me a couple days on that. I'll be done that. Probably that, and I want to play some more VR. So I'll be getting into VR and
neglecting it myself.
Well, while I've got it out from playing Iron Man VR, I figured, all right, I opted to play Iron Man VR first because I knew I'd beat it sooner and not forget about it and put it on the shelf. But I also got a bunch of other games that showed up, so I'll be playing those. You know me though, I'll throw in some retro. I like to, shake it up and play a couple retro games. But besides that, I have no idea. I got a big trip coming up here pretty soon. I think probably after our next episode. And it sounds like I'll have a whole week where I can play video games all I want. So
awesome.
Ollie will be pissed right off.
Yeah, right.
Like Jesus Christ.
All right.
Corpse Flood beat 38 games this week. Jesus.
It used to be Dean Round 2 Gaming. He used to be the big poly killer, and then he like took a break or something, and you slid right in there.
Also, that's like I said though. Like there'll be a period where I play a lot of games, and then another period where I play like long games. So it's anyone's business. Wait, hey, you toppled that streak I had going though.
Yeah.
You beat like one more. You beat one
just
more.
Because I played a bunch of like 1 to 2 hour long games.
Yeah, like, I didn't play that many games that stretch. I think you had like 8 games or something. I think I had 7 or something like that.
Yeah. Couple comments. Uncle Danny says, "Hey guys, what's up, Dan?" And then we got Musty Hobbit, Xboxer briefs.
Oh.
Congrats on the Century Club, guys.
We got the Musty cameo.
Yeah,
glad you can make it, but we're just about done.
We're wrapping up here, but we gave you a shout out earlier. Thanks for being a guest on an episode.
Excellent. So all I've got besides that is more Super Enabler Bros show episodes. So check that out over on my channel.
Yes, definitely.
Chris kicking ass over there. So that's keeping content on my channel, and I plan to have more videos now that I've got this new setup. I'll get all these robots to help me get some videos out.
People be thoroughly confused. Like, is this guy talking about video games? Transformers.
It's just what happens to be behind me. They're good. They're good soundproofing is what it is.
Yeah, right. There you go.
It's not so echoey in here now.
So then as we kind of go to wrap things up here, I just want to let everybody know how they can get a hold of us outside of however you are enjoying this right now.
Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, hopefully you did. So normally the podcast is available on YouTube. I will also upload this episode on SoundCloud, so it will be available on podcast apps as well, including Apple Podcasts.
Woo!
And then if you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as The Game Grinder, and Jason on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as Corpse Flood Gaming.
Got it.
So, yes, and then thanks to everybody for joining in for this live episode.
And I know we said we wouldn't, but a lot of people seem to be enjoying the live format, and I want to hear who thinks we should stick with this format or even just video format going forward, because I'm having a great time.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts. We're always looking for feedback. We need more.
I love interaction. Well, that's why we always try to drum up the interaction, and this episode's got it in spades. So it's been one of my favorite episodes. So on the 200th episode, when we're doing the recap, this will be definitely one of my highlights.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, if we do this format, like, should we do it less? Because would everybody tune in every time we do an episode every other week? Or just give us some general feedback. You know,
I've always been a fan of the video format, so it's kind of sad we weren't doing it for a bit, if I'm being honest. Let's like to see a glowing face.
I mean, you always see my face. Well, I guess no. Actually, we haven't been.
No, you lie. No.
Yeah, that's right.
We use StreamYards for recording every time, but it's usually just our flashing, pulsing logos when we talk.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to clean up the background and wear a clean shirt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, usually you got like a tie-dye mustard stains on your shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. So again, I appreciate everybody for joining in, for listening over these last 5 years, going on 5 years. In 2 months, this podcast will have been around for 5 years.
Okay.
And quick question from Wreck-It Rens. Hey, Church, if I want to answer the weekly questions, could I just DM my answer to you on Instagram? Yes, everybody, let us know your thoughts any way, any platform, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Anyway,
we love the involvement.
Yeah, we definitely. That's why we always have the question. But yeah, we love as much involvement as possible. We're basically just doing a hangout here, so that's why we like to interact with people, answer some questions, just kind of create a convo with the chat. Love it.
Yeah, and again, it's crazy. I never thought. I never thought I'd do a podcast to begin with, and here we are, 100 episodes later. That's crazy. That's all I gotta say, and we'll see what happens. The future is bright, and we have no intentions to stop doing this. So
we ain't done yet.
Yeah. So again, thanks everybody for joining in.
And special shout out to my internet for not crapping out.
Yes. Yeah. Partially related to Jason's like super like Barry White voice last episode.
I don't know if it was the internet or what. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. It was super weird.
I noticed our female viewership went up like 85% though.
Yeah.
Ladies love that Barry White voice. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
That was more Andre the Giant.
Yeah, so I guess that is going to do it for this episode of the Game Tennis Podcast. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks for watching. All that fun stuff.
Bye.
See you later.